Alright, Peter here from Football for Kicks, and this is going to be my review on the Umbro Geometra Pro firm ground. Okay, so for the comfort and fit of this boot, pretty much the forefoot and really the majority of the upper is a kangaroo leather, so it's quite a comfortable fit right out of the box. It's soft and it forms to your foot, but there are two bands of Tajin synthetic material coming across there, which is, it's thin, so it's actually quite soft and not stiff like a Superfly would be, and through there with the passing element or the energy control zone. But seeing as this shoe is a kangaroo leather shoe, it is quite comfortable, and these bands around the midfoot, since they're a synthetic material, it actually really helps with when you tighten the laces. You really feel it clamping down your foot, and I can feel like support coming through there and there when I'm wearing them. And so this, for the rest of the shoe, the comfort here, it's been quite comfortable. Like, you put them on right away in the toe box. It's I wear my usual 9.5 US, and I've had absolutely no problems out of the box. And so it just comes right around, and really if you have any small problems with the size that you're wearing, if you're in between sizes or something, just get the lower size, because the kangaroo leather will stretch, and it'll really form fit your foot. So overall I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10 for comfort. Alright, now on to the performance. Being a kangaroo leather shoe, it's already a step ahead in my books. I mean, I just feel kangaroo leather boots, they always feel better, well, not necessarily last longer, but they're just so much more comfortable, and they just outperform their synthetic equivalents. Except this, you can make a case for it being in direct competition with the CTR, or CTR Mastery 2 to be exact, because I mean, they pretty much, the stud pattern is pretty much the same, but Umbro being owned by Nike, then it's not really competition, I guess. This is just a sort of kangaroo leather version of that. And we'll get to the stud pattern in a second. But this shoe, just, yeah, the kangaroo leather, it's so easy to break in, and it really just fits like a dream. Okay, and so on to some of the elements on this shoe. As you can see, they sort of got some what look to be dampening pods on the front of the shoe, and actually it looks like there are inserts in there, some sort of foam, but there's not. What they've really done is just bunched together the leather to make it a lot puffier right in that one spot where these elements are, and down the middle here. But there's actually no physical insert in there, but it's not necessary, because those do the job. And on the inside one, you can see they've got some sort of sandpaper-esque coating on it, and what that's meant to do is provide better control in all weather conditions. And now you really don't notice it. I haven't played in these when it's been soaking wet yet, but even when it's dry, I didn't really feel that much of a difference from that one little element. But the idea is there, and it's just a novelty that you have to accept when you get these shoes. But you can't feel the difference with your finger, but when you've got them on your feet, I mean, nobody has quite that much feel on the ball that you can feel just that little bit. And onto the main element of the shoe, the ECZ, or Energy Control Zone. That would be this Tajin synthetic banded little strips of. These ones actually do have microfiber. Sorry, not microfiber. That's what the bands are. But these ones actually have memory foam in them. Even though it's not very thick, it is in fact there. And while it might not give you or improve your touch significantly, it is there, and this one actually does help when receiving the ball. It can help dampen the ball coming into your foot, so you have a softer touch on it. And also, there's just another little band here around the heel liner to make it more comfortable. And this is another shoe which has a great, a thick and sturdy heel. So I mean, really, you're getting, not only is it a comfortable fit, but it's going to last you a long time. And with a solid heel counter inside the shoe. It's going to protect against heavy tackles quite well, so you're another bonus to this shoe. And all the stud pattern here. It does look exactly like the CTR Maestri 2. It's a pretty basic stud pattern up to the directional studs here. But the one nice thing about these studs, which people have started mentioning now, is the problem with the CTR studs was that they were all the same length. And people have said that that caused problems with the joints and stuff like that. So I guess Umbro, being owned by Nike, listened to those complaints, and they made these ones where the inside studs are actually shorter than the outside studs. I'm sort of giving it on an angle there, but they are noticeably shorter. So you still get the same traction and multi-directional movement, but you also get the benefit of not having your joints ripped apart by being in the ground and all locked in. Alright, so I'd have to give this shoe a 9 out of 10 for performance. Alright, so now going over the durability of the shoe. All the materials in the shoe are quite high quality. Like the kangaroo leather, it's quite soft. It's a nice kangaroo leather for in comparison with other shoes I've owned. And it's solid heel, solid through the midfoot and onto the forefoot. So I really think if you take good care of this kangaroo leather, it's going to last you a long time. The only problem that I always have with kangaroo leather shoes is right around the toe. See, there's a little bit of ripping in the plastic. And that's the one thing, this plastic is very soft, so I mean it bends nicely, but still that might cause you some problems if you're playing on very firm to hard ground surfaces, but hopefully buy the different stud pattern for that. But it might cause you some problems, but I really don't think overall, if you take good care of the leather in the shoe, clean it, put some balm on it, then I think you'll be in good shape for having a good, really a good boot for your season or just for practicing in. And one thing I noticed is actually the only thing that they actually cheaped out on the shoe on is the tongue. Not only does it not long enough, it's a sort of cheap full leather material, and for durability, I mean, it'll last you probably a lot longer, but nobody ever really has any problem with their tongue. They just want something that's comfortable, and so that's something that they really could have afforded just to put in even a kangaroo leather tongue or just a padded synthetic tongue. But all in all, that was one thing that disappointed me when I put this shoe on the first time, was the tongue. But when you're getting that much kangaroo leather elsewhere on the shoe, it's really not that big a problem. And just a thing to note, this shoe weighs in at like 10.2 ounces. So, I mean, obviously weight wasn't their first concern when they were making it, but it's probably like, what, 0.6 ounces lighter than the CTR Maestri 2, so not doing bad there. And overall durability, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just because I have noticed some chipping away at the toe box. Okay, so finally going over the value of these boots. That's really one of their great features, is that these things are dirt cheap. Like, even though the manufactured suggested retail price is probably somewhere around $150, I think, $165 maybe. I got these really cheap. You can get them for like $50, $50, $60. And so, I mean, you'll get a great kangaroo leather shoe for all of $60. So really, that's definitely worth it. I mean, if that's not, I don't know what is. So I'm gonna have to give these a 10 out of 10 for value, because that is just a little ridiculous. Alright, now I just wanted to say, obviously thanks for watching this, like, comment, and subscribe, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Whatever, if you have a pair of cleats that you guys want to see me do a review on, just let me know in the comments, or even inbox me a message, just because I've got another pair of cleats coming in soon, pair of T90s, but other than that, really, I'm going to start picking my favorites out of this batch, selling the other ones, and then I'll be ready to pick up really whatever you guys want to see, because right now I'm just working to buy cleats. So really, whatever you guys want to see, just let me know, and I'll be able to hopefully get it soon. Alright, sorry it's a bit longer, but thanks for watching. Peace.